Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Cleveland Browns. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, it's a rookie from Tennessee. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. To pass, Flacco. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And Flacco keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Browns first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, it totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay. Fielded at the 20. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Love looking to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Play action this time with Love. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant,
and he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. You don't see that a ton, do you, with the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle?
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. That's complete to Wicks.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To the air again, Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Nifty move. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start on the ground with Judkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little bumping. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 2nd and 3. Flacco from midfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Flacco looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. On play action, Love to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, nice move. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Flacco from the gun. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake, Love. A short throw to Musgrave. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And what a call, because they ran a triple out route. 3 guys running out routes at varying depths. And then they let an inside receiver try and sneak free and run deeper downfield, and he does. And the defense out of sorts here, and it turns into a big play.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense, and right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Looking to put a drive together. Operating out of the gun. Flacco. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. They give up the middle, Judkins. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, it didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
$3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Throwing. Love. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Here comes Carter. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Tillman motions to the left. They'll fake it on a jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Flacco. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Flacco setting up a screen for Jenkins. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll try it now with Jenkins. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion right, Dobbs. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. To throw now, here's Love. Past the 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tucker Kraft, 40 yards. And the Packers are able to widen their advantage.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Browns, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, good move. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Passing play, Flacco. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 21, here's second and 3. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from second and 2 to a tough third and 4.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Love now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on third down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
Here's Daniel Whelan now.
Formation for the Packers.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now it's Flacco. Over the middle, complete to Judy. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 3rd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Flacco. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Working out of the gun. Love. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. On 1st down, here's Jenkins. That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
Brings up second down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Flacco. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To pass, Flacco. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now.
For the Browns.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
For the Packers.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Following the interception, Love. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's Love. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Going back to Love. Being chased out left. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Final play of the half. Love. Pass caught. That's golden. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by McManus is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 41, Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
2 yards to go, second down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 35.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Play action this time with Love. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
At the 10-yard
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Here's Jacobs. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Flacco looks to throw. Finding Carter on the slant. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
An inside run with Jenkins. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball, but when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Flacco. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
Short throw. He's got Kraft. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw now. Here's Love. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 16-yard line.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. To the sideline and incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by McManus is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Love fires that quickly outside. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Jacobs. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. The tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jordan Love, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
That one too wide and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Flacco. And a loose football. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run. This is Judkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Well, defensively, with this lead in the 4th quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Flacco. This will be caught. Judy. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd down and 3. Flacco throwing quickly out wide. And the Browns are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Flacco from the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once again, Judkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better. That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the Packers' 36-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll run from the gun. It's Judkins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. On the sneak, here's Flacco. Only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center, the guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Jenkins. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 24. 71 yards rushing for him now to this point. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Judy, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Packers 33, Browns 7.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, well, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Now Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.